The moon hung low in the inky sky, casting an eerie glow over the deserted town of Ravenwood. Abandoned buildings stood like silent sentinels, their windows shattered, their walls covered in graffiti, bearing witness to the town's slow decay. For years, the residents had whispered tales of the supernatural that haunted these dark streets. But on this fateful night, the legend of the zombie ghost would come to life. Liam, a curious and adventurous teenager, had always been fascinated by the paranormal. He had heard the stories about the zombie ghost, a vengeful spirit that roamed the town, seeking retribution for an injustice that had been done to it during its lifetime. Determined to unravel the truth behind the legend, Liam had spent weeks researching and gathering clues. As the clock struck midnight, Liam stood at the entrance of the long-abandoned Ravenwood mansion, the epicenter of the zombie ghost's rumored activity. The mansion was a massive, decrepit structure, its once grand facade now crumbling, and ivy covered in every nook and cranny. Armed with a flashlight, a notebook, and a digital voice recorder, Liam took a deep breath and stepped inside. The air inside the mansion was cold and musty, filled with the scent of decay. Liam's flashlight beam danced across ornate, dusty furniture and faded portraits that lined the walls. He began to feel an overwhelming sense of dread as he ventured further into the mansion's depths. Suddenly, a faint whisper echoed through the corridors. Liam froze, his heart racing. "Help me," the voice pleaded, barely audible. Liam's pulse quickened, and he followed the voice through winding hallways, unsure of what he would find. The voice led him to a locked door, and with trembling hands, he pushed it open. Inside, he discovered a small room, dimly lit by a flickering candle. There, in the corner, stood the zombie ghost, a ghastly figure wrapped in tattered rags. Its eyes glowed with an eerie, otherworldly light, and its flesh was decayed and rotting. Liam's breath caught in his throat as he gazed upon the spectral presence. The ghostly figure turned to face him, and its mournful eyes met Liam's gaze. It spoke with a voice that seemed to reverberate from beyond the grave. "You have come seeking answers, young one. I have waited for a living soul to hear my story." Liam nodded, his fear momentarily eclipsed by his curiosity. The zombie ghost recounted the tragic tale of its life, a life filled with betrayal, injustice, and a gruesome death. It had been wrongly accused of a crime it did not commit, and its punishment had been death by hanging. The spirit had vowed never to rest until the truth was revealed and justice was served. As the story unfolded, Liam realized that the zombie ghost's quest for justice was intertwined with the town's dark history. The true culprits were still alive, living comfortably while the spirit suffered in eternal torment. Determined to help the spirit find closure, Liam set out to uncover the evidence that would exonerate the zombie ghost. He delved into the town's archives, researched old newspapers, and interviewed the descendants of those involved in the past. After months of tireless investigation, Liam unearthed the long-buried truth. The evidence was irrefutable, and he presented it to the town's authorities. The culprits were exposed, and justice was finally served, even in death, as the zombie ghost found peace. The town of Ravenwood underwent a transformation, and the legend of the zombie ghost became a story of redemption and justice. The once deserted streets began to bustle with life, and the mansion was restored as a memorial to the spirit that had sought justice for so long. Liam's courageous journey had not only unraveled the mystery of the zombie ghost but had also brought about a long-awaited resolution to a dark chapter in the town's history. The spirit of the zombie ghost could now finally rest in peace, knowing that its quest for justice had been fulfilled.